Yo, back at you with another episode. Coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com. Offer of love can't wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. It's official. Like a referee with a whistle. Yep. It's a Sunday afternoon, maybe Sunday after night. Sunday nighttime, depending on where you live at. You know, where I'm at, it's a Sunday afternoon. You know, it's not dark yet. It will be in about what? I don't know, 30 minutes or whatever, usually. But hey, like, share the episode. Tell me where you're from. Yeah, tell me where you're from, man. Regardless of where at in the world, you know. And smash the like button. You know. And this episode is brought to you by a long time listener. You know. So no, I think that we're in some unique times, I would say, today. And I don't, people be asking me stuff like, do you agree with this? Do you agree with that? How do you see this? How do you see that? And, I deal with things how it is. I see it for what it is, regardless of the situation. Because I look at it like, if I act like things don't exist as is, I love myself too much to do that. So, if I want to be prosperous or be productive where I live, it could be different where you live. But where I live in North America, if I want to be productive, I have to look at things for what it is. And I have to find other ways to accomplish what I want. You can go through the front door or the back door or the side door if they got them. Back in the day, they used to say, hey, you just, if they crack the door, if they crack that door, you can get in. Today, you got to kick that motherfucker in. Them cracked doors, they don't happen too much no more. You got to kick that motherfucker in today. And sometimes it could take one person. You give them an inch, they take a mile. That's the old saying, That's just, but I look at it like, that's just a part of the game, man. That's just a part of the game. That's all it is, man. And it doesn't matter where you at in life. It doesn't matter what you're trying to achieve in life. It's never going to be straight line. Never going to be straight line. You're going to have to always make adjustments. That's just how it is, Things are always going to go wrong. You can count on it. Something always going to happen when you least expect. And you're always going to face opposition, enemies, haters, whatever. And some of the haters and opposition might have on the same clothes you got on. Could be a family member, could be a cop, who knows? But one thing, they're against you. They're not in support of you. And how I see it, either you're with me or against me. There's no in between or neutral position. Either you're with me or against me. Some people say, oh, maybe. Oh, no, okay. You against me. No damn maybe in my world. I don't play them games, But there's some people that have people around them. They keep people around them that, sometimes they're on their side, sometimes they're not. I get rid of those people. Because what's going to happen, they're going to sabotage whatever you're trying to do. And I had to learn that the hard way. People that they got one foot in and one foot out. You got to kick their ass out. You got to cut them off. And I had to cut some people off over the past, 10, 15 years. Some of them been family members. They say we don't get to pick our family. That's true. But that don't mean we got to stay around them all the time. Shit. We don't get to pick our family. You're right about that. But that don't mean we got to hang around them. I'll tell you that much. So there's some people, man, I just disown them. Disown their ass. Straight up. I don't claim them. Hell that. Shit. I don't play that family shit where just because we're related, I got to put up with your crap. Hell no. No, I don't play that game. I don't play the favoritism. Oh, we family, man. You got to let it go. Well, I'll let it go. But I'm not coming back around their ass. Hell no. Hey, I'll see you at, I don't know, Thanksgiving or family reunion, whatever. But I'm not going to stay around your ass. You get me once. Get me twice. Shame on me. So I don't play that. Hey, family get to treat you any way you want. No, No, I never played that game. I never bought into that idea. And see, a lot of things that happens in society, I don't buy into it. Because in my spirit, there's a lot of things that happen as a kid that I saw as a kid happen. I'm like, something ain't right about that. I mean, I didn't even have to know what was going on, but something ain't right about that. And then I saw people do things, and as a kid, I couldn't make sense of it, because I'm a kid. I'm not supposed to understand everything that's going on around me as a kid. I grew up in a small town. I ain't in no streets. I ain't in the streets. I'm not a hood dude. I didn't grow up in the hood. I'm sorry. I grew up in a small town, man. Where damn near everybody know each other, directly or indirectly. So I can't relate being in the hood or growing up in the hood. I can relate. I can understand. I can't relate to everything, to being in the hood, because that's not me. I didn't grow up like that. Just like some people can't relate to me because they didn't grow up in a small town. They can understand, but they can't relate. So it's vice versa. And that's okay. That's where you started from. We don't get to pick up parents, Some people deal with things as they are, I was talking to Mickey Royal, like 2 weeks ago? 2, 3? No, 3 weeks now. And I interviewed him, and he's a ex-street dude, writer, filmmaker, he used to be out there. He's a little older than me, but he wrote this book. Actually, he wrote this book, and what's the other book? He wrote a couple books, but these two of them. These are two I have, basically, you know. And they're very good books. Don't let the name turn you off. The book is not really about the pimp game per se. You know, the book basically is about you understanding human nature. That's what the book is really all about, really. But he tells it from a street perspective, you know, which a lot of stuff I've experienced and understand now. But at that time, when I was in my 20s, I didn't. I was at the wrong place, wrong time. And some of these damn places, I should have never been in the first place. But that's me being hard-headed when I was younger. When I was in my 20s, I was hard-headed, man. I didn't really listen to anybody. Especially when I left home and went in the Navy, came back, I wasn't really listening to anybody until I was in my early 30s. You know, late, I would say, yeah, early 30s. That's when I got to a point where a lot of shit just wasn't working out for me. So I was searching for answers. So that's when I became open to just learning a new way of living. Yeah, really. Because what I was doing wasn't working so well. And I didn't want to get into any criminal activity. I didn't want to take them penitentiary chances. You know, I didn't want to get to that point. So what happened is I started meeting different people. Some people were some people were out in the streets. Some people were in the shadow world, you know. And then you have just working class people I was meeting too, you know. So, and you had some working class people would dip and dab in both worlds, from shadow world and just working their everyday job, you know. And then I got involved in the direct sales, and it was the same. It was a group of people that always were really the same people that would always make all the damn money. I mean, you have people that will leave one company after 18 months, 5 years, and go to the next company and still making money. So I'm like, damn, what are they saying that I ain't saying? I mean, what are they spitting? You know, I mean, damn. And I realized, man, that it was they were saying things in such a way where people couldn't stop listening to them. You know, it was like, so a lot of now let's keep in mind, I saw my mom do the same thing when I was growing up. My mom knew how to talk that talk. But when you're young, you don't really understand. You know, it's kind of like you looking at them, but you don't really know what you're looking at. It's kind of like you might be seeing people out in the streets when you're out and about, or at the mall, or at the park, or at the resort, but you don't really know what kind of people they are because you just don't know what you're looking at, right? So it's the same thing. It's really, but until I understood what they were saying and how they were saying it and why it worked, then I was like, oh, I can apply this to damn near every area of my life. Really? This ain't just about making money. You can apply these skills in your personal life, your business life, you're in the workforce. Because regardless of where you go, you still have to talk to people. Unless you want to be a damn hermit or something like that. But regardless of what you do in life, you still have to you have to talk to people at some point. Directly or indirectly. Then I understood body language. And that really took things to the next level for me, as far as my social life goes. But see, a lot of street dudes, they understand this, like down to a science. A lot of the best entertainers, Michael Jackson, Prince, Beyonce, who else was good on stage? Rihanna, they understand this shit down to the science. Drake, all of them, they understand this. I mean, well, you can say, well, they all write their songs. Well, whoever write their songs understand the shit, you know? But even though they might not write the songs, they still have to spit. So they still understand how the shit works. Preachers, they understand how the shit works. Politicians, they understand how it works. You know, having a good mouthpiece, I mean, goddamn. Now, that's a good start. But check this out. A lot of people, a lot of guys, even some women know how to spit. A lot of women know how to spit too, but a lot of guys, sometimes they run their damn mouth too much. Sometimes they be lying and they can't back that shit up. And that's where the problem comes in at. Because you got, I think I got a homeboy. I don't know if he's still doing this shit. His whole game was the Mac on women. Like every weekend. He used to go out. You know, I don't think he'd go out every weekend, but he'd still be out there. When we're in our 20s, his whole game was the Mac on women. Go to the club, like multiple clubs too. I'm talking like we'll go to one club, and if it ain't popping by a certain time, we go to the next club that's popping. His whole thing was to catch while he in the club, you know, and hopefully she's a big fish, or she's somebody that he can use, but don't misuse. That was his whole thing, you know, and his mouthpiece was deadly, boy. Way better than me. I mean, yo, this shit was like hilarious, you know? And I've seen him talk his way out of almost anything you probably could imagine. Cops, women, you name it, man. This shit is incredible, man. You know, it's like, and like I said, pimps, they understand this shit. You know, it's when I'm young looking at this, I'm fascinated by this shit. I ain't never seen nobody talk like that. You know, I mean, it's like he was so spontaneous. He always knew what to say and how to say it. So I'm like, damn, you know? And he's old at the time. He was like, what, 20? He was like 26. And I'm like 18 at the time. So I'm hanging with a 26-year-old. I'm 18 at the time. And I'm seeing him pulling girls. We're in Myrtle Beach. We're in this club. It used to be Club 2000 in North Myrtle Beach. Was it not? Well, no, it was Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach. Club 2000 in Myrtle Beach. This is like back in the day. They closed it down. But we went there a couple times. And we went to the hole in the walls. But everywhere we go, man, he'd be just collecting numbers, yo. He was like my secret weapon. I didn't really have to get at the girls that much because he would be like, yo, this is my boy right here. Now, just keep in mind, this dude ain't got no money. He just work at the restaurant. He just cook. And he ain't no chef. He ain't got no car at the time. He's riding with me. And I'm driving my parents' car at the time. I'm 18 years old. And he's 26. He ain't got no car. He stayed with his grandmother at the time. So he ain't got no money. So don't try to justify and say, oh, he had money. No, he ain't had no money. And we ain't hanging and trying to get at no hood rats. No, this ain't no hood rat game here. No, we're in the high end clubs. We're in the, and as far as Myrtle Beach go, back in the day, Myrtle Beach ain't really had no hole in the walls. I mean, they had the spot on 10th Avenue, but we didn't go over there. So in Myrtle Beach, if you go to Myrtle Beach, I don't know if you've ever been there before, but if you go to Myrtle Beach, you're going to meet a bunch of out-of-towners. That's going to be the majority. And a handful of locals. So I didn't have to do much. He was like the man. So I'm learning from this dude. I'm 18, he's 26. He done been around our town, from Georgetown, Conway, Myrtle Beach, Florence, and P.S. this dude ain't got no car. So, he know people everywhere. As a matter of fact, he just added me on Facebook a month ago. I ain't seen him in probably it's like 15 years now. You know what I'm saying? I think he ended up getting married, had a couple kids with some girl or whatever, But yeah, but the problem, it ain't all about game though. That's where a lot of guys get things twisted. It's not about manipulation with bad intent. It's manipulation with good intent, meaning that bad intent looks like this. I get what I want, you get nothing. That's bad intent. Good intent, hey, I get what I want, and you get what's best for you. I care about your best interest. Even though you might not think it's in your best interest. I'm looking out for you. I'm looking out for me. That's good. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? But having a mouthpiece, spitting the ism, that's just the beginning. That's a good start. You know what I'm saying? I always say it's good to be well-rounded as a man. I'm not saying you should try to know everything, but you should be well-rounded. You should be able to talk about almost anything. You should always, you don't got to study everything. You study your craft, study what you're passionate about. You know what I'm saying? Study, that's what I would say. But you can still be curious about how stocks work, how NFTs work, how computers work, how Hollywood works. That way, when you meet people, you have a broad idea about, what to talk about. And you won't be sitting there like nothing to say because you're clueless. That's why I say it's good to be broad. You know what I'm saying? As far as being a man, you know what I'm saying? But it's like a lot of people will say, "Hey, well, what I need game for? I'm going to another country." Well, and that's a good point. I look at it like this. Now, if you go to another country or you go visit another country, vacation, live, whatever, it's better to have, even if you don't need it. That's how I look at it. Now, if you go to another country or you meet women from another country, if they haven't been Americanized here in America, some of that shit you don't really need. I mean, you don't need to be so aggressive with some women, or you don't need to spit so hard. If she's attracted to you, you can just fall back and just keep talking, and she'll warm up to you. Because some cultures, if you too aggressive, that'll scare them away. Like somebody from, like say Asian culture, Japan, China, Vietnamese. Well, yeah, Vietnamese too. Laos. If you're too aggressive with them, you scare them away. So all you got to do with them is just keep talking. Just hold a regular conversation. Just talk about her. You ask questions about her, she'll ask questions about you if she's interested. Now, that's all if you're here in America now. And even in other, if you're in her country, usually they don't play these games like they do here in America. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. It just depends on how you look at it. See, women here are socialized differently. Everybody's socialized differently. Me included, me and you. We're all socialized differently, So it's kind of like, in America, it's kind of like a dance. It's kind of like, if she says this, based on what she says, I'm probably going to say that. It's kind of like a dance. She do one move, I do the next move. At the same time, I'm listening at the same time now. I'm paying attention to her body language at the same time. But in these other countries, it's not a lot of that. It's some of the stuff overlaps. But if English is not her first language, it's going to be a language barrier. Unless she speaks English well for a long time. But even still then, I found that it can still be a language barrier because of the context of certain words and certain phrases you might say. So when you speak to other women that and English is not their first language, I usually stay away from the jokes. And I stay away from the jokes because the jokes can be taken the wrong way. And a little humor is okay, but I kind of rely on body language more than speaking. If I don't speak her language, that's just me though. You know what I'm saying? It took me, just like I don't necessarily have to speak her language to understand her body language. I understand body language down to like fucking master at this shit. A woman don't have to say anything, and I can understand her body language. She don't have to say anything. It's kind of like being in an interview. If I'm in an interview with somebody, within, as soon as I show up, less than 5 minutes, I pretty much know if I'm gonna get the job or not. Less than 5 minutes at an interview. And depending on who's giving me the interview, if it's a woman, there's a over 90% chance I'm getting the job if it's a woman. Because I know how to talk that talk. I know what to say, and I can back it up too, if need be. I can back it up, because see, this is just me. This is my strategy. This is my strategy. I downplay a lot of stuff that I do. Now, let me tell you why I do that. Because if I have to prove anything, it'll be easy for me to go get it and use it as leverage. So I downplay a lot of stuff that I do on purpose. See, most guys don't do that, especially the guys that like to flash and like to lead with money. They'll be like, the guy like to lead. When I say lead with money, I'm not talking about like cash in hand. No, I'm talking about if you're supposed to show up to meet a woman, right? Well, let's say a restaurant, right? Let's take one of these. Let's take one of these high-end restaurants, a bar and lounge, right? So you show up, you meet her inside. She might ask, "Hey, where you parked at?" Oh, that's my BMW right there. The valet parking got me. You know what I'm saying? See, that's the type of guy that he's trying to impress the woman. Talking about he got a BMW, valet just got him right there. You know what I'm saying? I won't come off like that. I'll be like, hey, I'm in the parking deck. I won't say what kind of car I got. I won't mention none of that shit. And when I'm walking around, I don't tell people that I got a podcast, that I wrote 3 books. I don't get into none of that shit. I don't get into my accomplishments and how I travel around the world and been in the Navy. I don't get into none of that. No, I downplay all that shit. Because I ain't really trying to impress no woman or nobody like that. I don't care what she thinks about me when I show up. If she finds out about me, she finds out on her own. I mean, eventually it's going to come out, of course, but I prefer to start off with her not knowing, if it's up to me. Now, if she finds out, she finds out now. But that's just me. That's just how I do it. I don't like to lead with my accomplishments and lead with money. Oh, no. 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 I've seen that go to hell with too many guys over the years to make that mistake. So I don't do that. Now, I'm going to be who I'm going to be regardless of wherever I go. I'm still going to be a man, but I ain't trying to impress nobody. I'm not doing that. Hey, respect is earned. Hey, it's what you give off is what you get back. I'm not going to, I'm not going to do anything I wouldn't do regardless of where I go. If I feel like things aren't going well, or if I go to some place and maybe I get the feeling that this person don't want me around, I'm out of there. But that's just me. But you have to be able to pick up on that stuff. And it takes time and really experience. You have to understand how, most people are just doing the same shit, man. Most women are just average doing the same shit. Most guys doing the same shit. It's the same old. It of course it changes from place to place, city to city, town to town. It could be a regional thing, you know. But if you go to another country, once you learn what most women are doing in that country or in that city, it's the same thing. Really, you have to. What I've done is I learned how to anticipate what people might say and do next, and I do this. It's spontaneous, and I do it with the help of body language and communication. You know, and once I learned female nature and human nature, oh shit, forget about it. Like, forget about it. You know, things started getting better. And the older you get, more experience you have, more life you live, more productive you are, more established you are. Things get better. Everything gets better. You have more opportunities, financial opportunities. You have more opportunities with women. You can entertain them if you want, you know. But it's better to be chased than you do the chasing. See, most of us have been raised to, hey, you gotta work hard and chase the women. Well, you know, that's not the best strategy to take, in my opinion, because if see, in most cases, you're chasing a woman that ain't really feeling you like that. In most cases, it's a different shift if a woman is chasing you versus you chasing her. It's kind of like when somebody call you on the telephone. You know, if somebody call you on the telephone, they're calling for you because they want something from you. You know, regardless of what it is, they want something. They want to be with you. They want to see you, get to know you, want you to buy something over the telephone, whatever. But they're calling you for a reason, right? The same thing. If you're out and about, and by some chance somebody see you and recognize you, right? And they'll be like, "Hey, you look familiar. You look like such and such," right? And they'd be like, "Yeah, that's a better position to be in, you know, because she's gonna be curious. She's more than likely wants to keep in contact in some way, whatever. Take a picture, whatever, right? It's much better to be in a power position versus you trying to, you know, get at a woman that ain't never seen you in her life. Maybe you see her in the mall or in a restaurant or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she might be attracted to you, but if you can't spit, it's going to be an uphill battle in most cases. Because see, and this is why I say spitting game is good, because the guys that are good at it understand that women are very emotional. And if you can the faster you can tap into her emotions, the better. But if you can't do that here in North America, you're going to be at a disadvantage. And that's just how it is. I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but that's just how it is. That's just how it is. Because see, most women, unfortunately, are kind of in a little fantasy world, like a little bubble, you know. And my mom told me about this when I was young. See, my mom put me on this game when I was young. She told me, hey son, a lot of these young girls or young women are kind of every once in a while, they catch a little spell. And she said it doesn't happen all the time, but she said every once in a while, they'll start acting in such a way where you might not understand where they're coming from. And I like, for real? She said, yeah, everybody, all of them, almost every woman she knows is like this, And at the time, I didn't get it. I'm like, what, 17 at the time? I didn't understand where she was coming from. But as I got older, I'm like, yeah, mom knew what she was talking about. Because see, a lot of women, they like a little drama. This is why I say women need structure. And even within the structure, they're gonna find some drama. This is why they'll work that job and hate the job. I'm like, how the hell can you work a job and hate it and don't quit? How the hell you can work a job, hate the job, and don't quit? Because they love the drama. If ain't nothing going on, she gonna create something. So guys that spit know how to spit at women, get at women. They understand all of this. This is why some guys will manipulate women to do certain things, even towards the other woman. Some guys will do that. You know what I'm saying? Now, is it right? No, it's not right. I don't disagree. I don't agree with that. But a lot of guys know that a lot of women like the drama, so they'll create some. Yeah, it's not right. But hey, if it ain't no drama, she's probably gonna create some. That's usually how it go. Women are just like that. And see, that's because we're in North America. Women have been conditioned to be that way. And there's nothing we can do about it unless you own the media. That's just what it is. Now, if you're in another country, of course it's going to be different. You know why? Because women from other cultures or women that live in other countries, the women keep them in check because they shame them, make them feel bad if they don't do what they're supposed to do. See, here in America, it ain't a lot of shaming left. It ain't a lot of shaming left. What women do today? What do they do when their friend destroyed somebody's home, sleep with somebody's husband, or they found she got caught in the man bedroom? What do women do today? They don't do anything. Oh, they'll make excuses for the woman. See, that didn't happen when my parents was growing up. See, a home wrecker could not hang around them. They'd be, hey, you got to get up out here, heifer. You got to get out of here, heifer. And a home wrecker's hanging with us. But see, they shamed the women back then, but ain't too much shaming left today. That's the problem. That's why, if you go to another country, it's easier. It's really easier. Hey, don't make things difficult for yourself. Hey, I take the easy way out too sometimes. This is why I tell people, get off that internet. The internet is the hardest way to meet women. A woman getting 50 emails a day, you're making it difficult for yourself. Get off that internet and go meet people outside. It's easier. I mean, if a woman getting 50 to 100 emails a day or a week, will you think your email gonna get through to her? Huh? You're taking the hard way, bro. Yeah, fuck that. Meeting women in person is way easier. At least your words is getting through to her in person. If you send her an email, she ain't gonna see your email 9 times out of 10. And when she see your email, a lot of people are illiterate, so they'll take your words in the wrong way in most cases. For real. And I'm not, I'm just saying what it is. A lot of people are illiterate. What you send, you assume that they're gonna take it the way you think. No. No. This is why meeting her in person is the best way. Whether it's North America or any other country. You on that internet wasting your time. I'm like, man, I ain't got time for all that. And then check this. Let me tell you another thing about the internet. You have a lot of people that have no intentions of meeting anybody. It's just a bunch of, attention whoring going on. So you spend time with this internet girl, some girl you met on the internet, regardless of the website, and you might have said, hey, let's plan to meet up, So you like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You getting all hyped up. Yeah, you getting all excited and shit. And then all of a sudden she renege on you. So you just wasted 2 months with somebody you talked to on the phone once, maybe twice, if that, sending all this texts. And when it's time to meet up, can't do it. She can't do it. It's always an excuse. Come on, man. It's always an excuse, The hell with that. Hey, take the easy way out. Just talk to women in person. Hey, what's gonna happen? If you meet a girl if you see a girl at Barnes and Noble, and you introduce yourself, what's the worst thing can happen? At the bookstore, I don't know. She might not say anything. Keep walking. Okay, you didn't die. Okay, you don't know her. She don't know you. But if I see a girl reading, I don't know, Will Smith book. I haven't read Will Smith book yet, but a book that I've read already. If I see her reading the same book I read already, I'm like, hey, that's a good damn book. How you like it so far? Boom. That's it. If she's attracted to me, she's going to give me good feedback. If not, I just move the fuck on. She might say something I don't like. And I'm cool with that. Yeah. It's her loss. She don't know me. It's her loss, not mine. She don't know who I am. But there's one thing that I know. I know who I am. And I know when if people that stay around me long enough, things usually get better for them. Things usually get better for them. But she don't know that. So that's her loss, not mine. Like I say, I downplay a lot of shit that I've accomplished. I ain't trying to tell nobody everything about me when I first meet them. What type of fool you think I am? If they stay around long enough, yeah, eventually they'll find out. But you got to earn that. I ain't no free lunch. I ain't no free lunch, man. You know what I'm saying? So the street dudes, the pimps, even the hood dudes, they understand this. They understand how to get at the girl and how to tap into her emotions. And you can get a woman, if a woman's feeling you can get her to do almost anything. Anything. These dudes ain't forcing women to do nothing out here, regardless of how outlandish or how crazy you might think it is. These dudes ain't forcing women to do anything out here. If a woman's feeling you like that, you can get her to do anything, based on my experience. You ain't got to have no tons of money either. Actually, the less money you have, usually those are the best spitters. You know why? Because they're still trying to get it. They still trying to get it. That's why they're the best spitters. Damn. That's why a lot of them guys that in jail and them dolphins, they're the best liars. They're the best spitters. Hey, I don't give a damn how good you are at spitting. You ain't good like them dudes in jail. Oh no, they on the next level, boy. Hey, look, man, let me tell you something. These dudes before they get out of jail, they already got a woman somewhere. And that woman might pick them up straight from jail. What? You can't, I can't compete with that. Them dudes is the best. Now, you said some of them is drug addicts. Hey, you say what you want to say about them. I ain't been able to do that shit. I can't do that. Yeah. No, not them dudes that getting out of jail. I can't spit like that. God damn. Now, you can say, some guys have said, well, she just want to control a guy. She want to take him home, do whatever. But hey, even before that, even before she get him home, he still got to get there. He got to get her interested and get her to pick him up from prison. So hey, you can say, and then I seen some of these women get married to some of these jailbirds. And he ain't got no money. He just come out of jail, got $20 in your pocket. So the best spitters, the one that most of them don't got no money. They ain't got no job. So you got jailbirds, preachers, entertainers, PIs. They're spitting that fire out here, man. They're getting them women to do almost any goddamn thing they want. And they ain't selling no damn dreams like that. Now, some of these dudes is lying, of course. And I ain't talking about the liars. You know, they know what to say and how to say it and tap into their emotions. Plus, they tap into the woman's emotion deep in them guts. Yes, sir. We don't like talking about sex. Hey, they get deep in them guts. It is what it is, man. That's what they're doing. That's how you do it, man. There's different levels of this shit. And you got the PIs, preachers, politicians, jailbirds, dope boys. Now, see, a lot of us, we don't become good spitters and productive until we get older, like late 30s, 40s, because we're too busy. We're going to college, we're trying to get our money up, get established, and that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because we've been taught that, we get a good education, get a good job, everything else usually take care of itself. But that don't work for everybody like that. That don't work for everybody like that. Like I said, it's good to be well-rounded. It's not good to depend on one thing, in my opinion. I don't want to depend on one thing. It's good to be like, hey, I can talk about a little bit of everything. I can spit and I can back up what I talk about with leverage. It's good to be like that, in my opinion. I mean, if you can spit, you got skills to pay the bills. You got leverage. Oh shit, you'd be unstoppable. It's a problem with a lot of guys, especially the jailbirds. They don't know how to do anything. They have no leverage. So a lot of these guys, when they get older, like 40s, 50s, sometimes 60s, a lot of them are find themselves being dependent on a woman. That's what happens to a lot of these guys. Even the ones that don't go to jail. The guys that partied, everybody know a guy like this. He might have partied all his life, like 20, 30 years. Now he's in the 50s and he got married to a girl that's like 40, right? So he done party with all these dudes, entertainers, some of these guys that's in the crew in New York City, LA. He know all these, he's seen all these guys that we used to see on television like 10, 20 years ago, right? Well, he broke. He ain't got no money. Got nothing. So he partied 25, 30 years and he has nothing to show for all them years. But the guys he used to party with, they done got, some got rich, some well off, some doing better than him. So a lot of these guys don't know how to do shit. They have no skills, none whatsoever. So they end up having to work these bullshit jobs, manual labor, delivery driver, because they never focus on being productive when they was in their 20s and 30s partying and shit. Because it was all about chasing women, partying, having a good time. So now they got to be dependent on a woman that's younger than him that really don't respect him. Because 9 times out of 10, that woman makes more money than him. Because that woman probably went to college, probably worked some corporate job, or maybe she's an accountant or something like that, But he don't know how to do shit. He'll work hotel job, bullshit jobs. Hotel, retail, delivery driver, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's not really a good position to be in when you're in your 50s. When you're in your 40s, you're supposed to be on the way up. Not steady. No. This happens with a lot of those guys. You know what I'm saying? They and they're the best spitters. But they have no leverage. They can't back nothing up. They can't really show the woman or teach the woman anything and be productive. They can't really build a family. They can be married, but there ain't gonna be no building going on because he don't know shit. That's the problem with a lot of those guys. They have no skills. They don't know how to do nothing. Just work a job, that's it. So the family becomes stagnant for him. And I know quite a few guys that's like that. Even if he go overseas to another country, same shit. He don't know how to do shit. He don't know how to do shit. It's gonna be the same thing. He better off just staying over here. sad but true. It happens. It happens to a lot of guys I know, man. You know. See, I never wanted to be dependent on anybody, like for my livelihood. Not even a job. You know. Now, if you can spit early in your younger years, great. That's a good start. But that ain't the end of the road. That's just a good start. You know. Now I understand some of us have to start from humble beginnings. Maybe we came from broken families or whatever. We got to do what we got to do. I get that. I get it. But you can't be bullshitting and focus on having a good time for 20, 30 years, man. Come on, man. That ain't no good game there, man. Now, game is strategy. That's all game is. That's all it is. Game is strategy. That's all it is. Nothing more, nothing less. Human nature, female nature, it's all of that. Anticipating what people are going to say or do. It's all of that. Now, people will say, well, it seems like most black people talk game. Well, yeah, you know, other groups of people didn't have to learn game. That's why they don't know. They don't really have to learn, never had to do it because we're not in the same position as other people. And we've been exploited more than anybody else. And you know, those black exploitation movies came out in the what? 60s, late 60s and 70s. The Mac, and that's a bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? So that's when a lot of the everybody wanted to be a Mac and everybody wanted to be a pimp, you know, from what I heard. You know, I was born in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? But that's from what I heard, everybody wanted to be a Mac, and a lot of people tried to be a pimp. Of course, it didn't work out for a lot of people, you know. But those black exploitation movies kind of it saved Hollywood for a fact. I know that for a fact. It saved Hollywood, and it blew up. A lot of people saw those movies, and it people started to take on some of those characters in the movies, even though a lot of those people were coked up. A lot of those people were coked up in those movies. I'm gonna say the majority of people were coked up in the movies back in the day, man, in the 60s and 70s, man. But those movies, like I said, they saved Hollywood, like single-handedly saved Hollywood, and we got exploited. That's just what it is. And a lot of people started to look at those movies. They started to become classics, classic movies. Even to this day, The Mac is like a classic movie. It's garbage, in my opinion, but it's a classic movie. People try to emulate those characters. Hey, sucker, and all this. You know, people don't talk like that. You know, I didn't know anybody that talked like that when I was growing up. You know. So we took on, a lot of black people took on those characters. Other people tried to, but it didn't work for them. It worked for us to a certain extent. And a lot of other people don't know anything about the Mac movie and all. They don't know nothing about that shit. And then rap music came in after that. And crack, cocaine came out after that. So within all of that, you got all of that, even before that. Got Jim Crow, slavery, Jim Crow, black exploitation movies, crack cocaine, rap music. Man, there's a lot of shit going on, man. During those times, you know. So we got caught up in a lot of that shit. So a lot of guys took on those characters and used them to the best of their abilities until they got to where they wanted to go, created opportunities for themselves, etc. Right? Some guys ended up okay, some of them not so well, you know. And that's just how it was, you know. These other guys didn't have to do any of that. You know, they didn't have to have no game. They didn't have to learn how to spit because it wasn't required of them to do it. You know, you can be a nerdy little white dude. And when I was growing up, Amy will talk to you. She doesn't care. You know, long as she meets your parents or your mom. If mom likes Amy, Danny's good. You know. It was like, I'm gonna say up until everything was kind of traditional for us up until late 60s after Martin Luther King died. And, you know, certain pockets of Black society still operate like traditionally as far as getting married. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, there wasn't no dating until late 60s. Wasn't no dating. My parents met, it wasn't no dating. When my mom and dad met, they wasn't dating. And hell, they got to know each other. Hell no. You ain't going to no damn restaurant. You crazy? You might not make it back. I'm from South Carolina. You know, I ain't from New York or LA no, I'm from South Carolina. My parents ain't went to no dinner, didn't go to town or a restaurant. You go to the town, you might not make it back. You know, if I wanted to marry your daughter, I had to get introduced. And I had to sit down with your parents. They would cook. For me, we would have dinner, usually Sunday dinner, you know. That's how it was. And dad would ask you, what's your intentions of being with my daughter? That's how it was. And if you didn't respond back correctly, get up out of here, buddy. That's how it was. There wasn't no damn dating in the 30s and 40s and 50s. No. That came when feminism came out. That's when the dating thing started. The dating scene started. And that's when these big cities started blowing up. And with the help of cocaine and the 70s and 80s, that's when these big cities started blowing up. Miami, New York, LA, Chicago, Boston. Yep, that's how that shit went down. So, like I said, if you talk to some of these other women from other countries, now if she's Americanized, you can spit at her. Some of the shit will work. It'll be much easier versus talking to a black woman. Talking to a black woman, it can be difficult sometimes, but you just have to know what to say. And that's just how it is. You know, I don't like it. You can dislike it. But if you talk to an Asian woman, that's from Japan, China, well, no, not China. Japan, Vietnam, you know, someplace like that, or maybe she's from Colombia or whatever. you don't have to spit like you do versus talking to a black woman. That's just how it is, man. You know, it's much easier. You know, some people might not like that, but that's just how it is. It just depends on how the woman was, where she was born and raised at, and what she's been exposed to. That's really how it is, man. You know, but having a good mouthpiece pays because you can use it in all areas of your life, just socially speaking. Whether you're getting interviewed, whether you like on vacation, just hanging out, meeting new people at some resort or something like that. You could be a preacher. You could be on YouTube. I mean, whatever. Just socially speaking, you can. I learned this from my mom. My mom was like this. Well, I'm not as good as my mom, you know. Yeah. I learned this from my mom. You know, I've been speaking in front of people since I was a kid. So, you know, I just got used to it. But I saw my mom was a singer, speaker, you know. So that's how I learned. This how this shit was kind of passed down from my mom, really. And my grandmother, same thing. You know, the same thing. They were speaking in front of people too, as well. So it was kind of passed down. Maybe it's in our DNA. I don't know, but it's always good to learn how to speak. You know. But whatever you say, you have to be able to back up. You know. But like I said earlier, I downplay stuff. That way, it'll be easier for me to back it up if need be. You know what I'm saying? This is why I don't lead with money. I don't tell, look at what I got. Look at what I don't do that shit. That shit is corny. You know? That shit is corny. Now, there's some people, I'm going to say there's some people in my family. They don't know I have a channel online. They don't know I have books online. They don't know I have a podcast online. No. Only people that know is my immediate family. My aunts, uncles, sisters, brothers. A lot of my cousins don't know. I don't talk about that shit. Who cares? They don't know that I've been to travel all over the world. Who cares? And some people know, but ain't nobody want to talk about that shit. They wasn't there with me, so it don't matter. You know? And plus, another reason why I downplay shit. Because people become envious. And they think you're trying to shine on them. They take it the wrong way. It can be taken the wrong way. If you try to, it can be taken as you trying to one up them. So that's why another reason why I don't do it. So you have to be careful sometimes. This is why I say get off the internet and meet women in person. Just anybody in person. Or get them on the telephone at least. Because I'm telling you, the text can be taken out of context. It can be taken the wrong way if you send somebody an email or hit them in a DM or whatever sometimes. And you got a lot of illiterate people online. Well, just in America, period. Really, you know, they're functional illiterate. A lot of people, for real, a lot of people. I'm like, I don't understand what the hell some people be saying sometimes. I'm like, what? Where you from? They from Arkansas. You hillbilly, man. You know. Some people might say the same thing about me too. Okay, all right, whatever. This is why meeting in person is nothing is gonna ever replace that. You know? But hey, man, yeah, it is what it is. So smash the like button, share the video. What's up, Howard? Mississippi in the house. What the hell is this shit, man? Stop chasing. Stop chasing women all together. Yeah, I agree with that. Having them chase you is better. You can't do that. These girls nowadays, I don't know what. She might file false accusation. Yeah, that happens. What up, Michael? Let's see. What he said? Submarine us. Those movies. Yeah, man. They exploited us. They definitely didn't talk that way. Let's see. Yeah, but also the black female bought into the image. I remember being in high school. A black girl said to me, "You always reading and in the library. You have to move white." Yeah, kids can be cruel sometimes. I know brothers who will not arrive. So drugs went to jail, ruined their lives because they were trying to impress the girls like the guys in the movie. Oh, a lot of guys went to jail for that. They were trying to during the holidays, there's like a spike in crime all across this country. Like Christmas, like December is like a spike. Because you got guys that's trying to take them penitentiary chances to buy Christmas gifts for the wife and kids. A lot of people don't talk about that. Wow, your mom got game. Yeah, my mom got game. Rest in peace to her. She's not here with us no more. You said they didn't know before. I don't know what that. It's taken the wrong way. If they have the slave mind, they don't have the ability to create for themselves. So they become jealous and envious and want to destroy you. Yeah, that's true, man. A lot of people they don't have no goals and desires and aspire to do anything for themselves, so they become a hater. Yeah, that happens. So I've had to cut people off, man, over the years because of that. It happens, man. Who's your cover girl this time? I don't know. It's crazy, man. Really, I don't know. Yeah, man. Yeah, hit the Cash App. What's the what's my let's see. What's my yeah. Yeah, man, it's Miss Thickums. Who's Miss Thickums? That could be anybody. I'm gonna put the link in here, man. Join the conversation, man. Yeah, a lot of people, man, they don't like the fact. A lot of people have a hard time dealing with things as it is here, man, in this country. Oh, you mean back here? Yeah, that's badass picture, right? Everybody likes that picture. Hey, you know what? That picture made somebody uncomfortable. Hey, somebody I was recording with, man. I'm feeling uncomfortable seeing that picture in the background. I'm like, damn, why? It's just art. It's art. Embrace the art. Embrace the great art. Yeah, she didn't like that picture. Oh, you talking about the thumbnail? Oh, well, hey, I look at that as art too. Hey, look at that as art too, man. Hey, they call me the thumbnail king. They call me the thumbnail king, man. That's what they call me, man. I always say this. Hey, this is my philosophy. My life, my game, my show. Hey, that's my philosophy. Hey, smash the like button, share the video. Hey, anyone wants to come on, man? Come on. Anyone wants? If you want to talk about anything, come on. Hey, that's my philosophy, man. That's hilarious, man. Yeah, man, but hey, you gotta have a lot of tools in your toolbox out here, man. I'm telling you. Can't depend on one thing. Can't depend on just money. Can't depend on just spitting. Can't depend on flashing, cars, clothes, jewelry. It's it just especially in North America. This is a tough place to live, bro. For real. Unless you live in a small town. If you live in a small town, man, you might be good, man. You live in a small town, ain't too much going on. Ain't a lot of distractions. You got most people know each other. You can be more productive. You know, you can actually make friends in small towns. Much easier than big cities. Most people in big cities, they don't even know their neighbors. You might get lucky, but you might have some hating ass neighbors. So just depends, man. Really. Just depends, man. It's like it's better to have than not have. That's how I look at it. It's like I think having street smarts is a good thing. What up?
Hey, I thought the light would be bright out here.
Yeah, dark. You're a dark man tonight.
It's that green light up there. Yeah.
Yeah, what's on your mind, man?
Um. Nah, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. You got to be really productive to raise a family. And mentally and spiritually, and what you're trying to do for your family. You can't just put it all on women. You got no matter where you go, that's what they want to do. They want to learn from a man, and I get it. I
Yeah.
I do get it, but that would be like you have to be with somebody older or less successful than you. And I'm like, because if I am good and I learn something, you're good and you learn something, and you can't learn anything from me anyway. So how
Talking
does
about
that work out?
talking about the older woman.
Well, even that, having somebody who's the same age as you, know the same thing as you or in your field, and both y'all know the same stuff, how can you teach her anything? You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
okay, I'll give you a scenario. Let's say y'all grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all have known each other, I don't know, since y'all were 20. Or since
Right,
high
right.
school. Since high
Yeah.
school. Y'all grew up together. Maybe y'all weren't physically together in the same town, but y'all kept in touch or whatever. And then
Right,
y'all decided, hey, we're gonna get married and start a family.
right, right.
Right. So y'all about the same age and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and let's say you went to college, she went to college, you work at, I don't know, some corporate job, she work at, I don't know, Walmart, corporate,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, right?
Right.
But you're a creative type person though, outside of your
Right.
job.
I am.
But she's not.
Ah.
She it's you as the man. You know, you're the leader of the family any goddamn way. It is what it is. It's gonna be that way. You know,
Yeah.
that's just how it is, right?
Yeah.
So it's really you as the leader. You can show her how to do things together as a family. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I don't know what that could be anything.
Well,
Everybody's good at doing different things. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but here's the thing also in that women want you to cut the grass, be able to fix stuff in the house and whatnot, right? Right?
Not
And
necessarily.
and fill up your gas or whatever, whatnot. Okay. Okay. Um, well, let's start off with fixing stuff. I can see why women might think that the guy they're with is not up to par if he's renting. Because, okay, well, why can't you fix the sink? Why can't you fix the door? Because if I touch that shit, the
No.
apartment people are going to be
I'm gonna tell
pissed.
you. I'm gonna
I
tell
don't
you
cut
what.
the grass.
I'm gonna tell you what an old man told me in the Navy.
What?
He said, "There's no honor in hard work." He said,
Nah,
"Call me when the shit is done." So in
right.
other words, I don't care how you get it done, just
Just
get
get
it
it done.
done. If you have to pay somebody to get it done, get it done.
Yeah, but they don't see it that way. They want to see you doing something. I'm like, I'm calling them. They
No,
coming to do it.
no, I don't give
Yeah.
a damn about that shit. As long as I get
Mm-hmm.
the shit fixed, I don't care.
Because
Now,
because
check
I'm
this out.
right, right,
I can do plumbing.
right,
Yeah, I can do
right,
that shit, like for
right,
real.
right.
But sometimes I don't want to fuck with no toilet.
Well, they're like, why don't you change the oil? I pay for it to get replaced already. It's in my contract. Well,
Yeah.
well, why don't you pay for this other thing? It's in my contracts. Why don't you do that? It's in my contracts. I don't have to do it. I don't
Yeah.
have to do it.
It ain't
You
about.
know, I'm
It ain't about. I mean, I wouldn't even. I don't even buy into that shit. I just get the shit done. That's it. I don't give a damn
right,
who do it. You know.
right.
And plus, today, hey man, I ain't trying to go into no car and do no hard work, man. I've done all
Mm.
that shit before. Hey,
Especially when
my body aches, man. Sometimes, hey, man.
I was driving what 4 hours in the morning, 4 hours in the afternoon, and at work for 8 hours. And that's 5 to 6 days a week. What do you want me to do? I mean, seriously, what do you want me to do? I come back home, I'm only probably going to be sleep or resting for 4 or 5 hours. So what do you want? Uh,
Yeah. But at the end of the day, man, yeah, it's best to lead by example. You know,
right.
and if she ain't feeling that,
Bye.
deuces. It don't matter where she from.
Right.
I don't know. And see, the
Mm.
problem with being in North America, women don't check other women no more. Real
No, they
life.
don't. That
Uh, today,
that's what I've been.
today, what most women do when they see a woman doing something foul?
They clap and say, "You go, girl,"
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
they say nothing,
Oh, they
and
say
that's
nothing.
even
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
That's worse.
Yeah.
Like like some of these chats will have 70,000 women making after hearing a comment that's really fucked up, and you figure with 70,000 comments, these other so-called good women would say something. They don't say one damn thing.
You know, don't say nothing.
How can how is that? How does that make you a good woman? How,
Exactly.
if you if you can't defend the men in your community, from being insulted, and they can't say anything because that's going to be just taking all sorts of wrong. What what are you here for? You know,
Exactly.
I defend you on every other different front, but you can't do this. Now, I mean, get out of
Yeah.
here.
Very small percentage of women that I see check out with women today. It's
Right.
so let me say it's so rare. When you see it, Oh, here you'd be like, you shocked. Oh shit.
But 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 then when you see it and you recognize it and you want that person, you there's two issues. Either she's taken, because that that's a
Oh yeah,
bonus
yeah,
right there,
yeah, yeah.
or 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 she just ain't nah she's not feeling you, or she doesn't, you're at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I think that was Matthew Hussey talking about. Um, he was talking about like 80% of these guys or 60% of these guys, no, 70% of the guys don't even approach anybody, and it's always going to be the wrong time.
Yeah.
So, you know, and like 10% won't even try. They won't say anything. So it's like I,
That's
I don't
weird.
know what they want. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like but these guys keep hitting on us. You mean the 10% that that hit on you all the time? Of course they're going to be the same guys.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that girl will no, no. She'll never. You will always catch her the wrong way or the wrong place. You know, especially if you don't have game, especially if you don't have experience with it. As you said, that's why your books are so good. That's why your talking points are so good, because you'll never get up to level, you know, if you don't say anything. But at the same time, in this culture, you can't say anything. So, it's like a double-edged sword. How can you win? How can you be the one that's straightforward when if you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, you could either wind up without a job or in jail.
Well,
So,
a lot of times those environments where you can't, where you have to walk around on eggshells, I try to stay away.
but
I
for some guys, that's everywhere. And they'll get you on camera somehow these days. So
try to stay
you
away.
you could be saying the wrong thing somewhere with the wrong people with a camera or phone, and it's going to be all over the internet.
Well, that
Yeah,
someone saying, "Hey, I'm gonna put you on the internet." I'm already there.
right, right,
I don't give a shit.
right. I
That
guess I'm there now.
don't scare me. That would, that wouldn't work on me that well.
Oh yeah, you said I should do a channel sometime, didn't you?
Yeah,
Uh, Maybe I'll give it a try. I might give it a try.
yeah. Just give it a try, man. I think everybody should. I think everyone should give it a try. You know,
Yeah, I
I've
just don't know what I'll be talking about.
been talking about
Oh,
everyday stuff, or everything stuff that happened during the week.
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, did you hear all this stuff about I told you about that. Now everybody's huffing and puffing about the what do you call it? The Johnny Depp one.
No, I haven't followed it, man.
Yeah. It
I mean, that's
so apparently it's going to keep women from, reporting that they've been abused, but they obviously don't care what happens to men. So,
man. There's a lot of I've been seeing a lot of women doing podcasts and
mhm,
videos and writing
right.
books talking about a lot of white women have been talking about
Mm,
how they got beat up lately.
mhm,
This has like been a trend
right.
this year. I found that to
Right.
be very interesting.
How's
That's
that?
very interesting because they never said anything about it before.
Mm,
Not like this. You know, not like this. I'm talking like you have celebrities doing it. You have some regular people, regular women doing it. Oh, he beat me up. I'm like, I was abused.
but
Okay.
if a guy wrote something like that, they'd write it off or laugh at it.
Well, it wasn't getting no legs. It wouldn't go
No.
anywhere.
Well, I don't know. Now, in light of this, people looking at this trial, I wonder what it would do. At least a fictional story.
Well, I saw, they, I saw one article where they were basically trying to find a reason to justify why what's the lady name was saying what she was saying, even though it
What?
was
What? Amber Heard?
yeah they were trying to justify why she was saying what she was saying.
There's no justification. Women have
They were
shut that
trying,
down.
they were trying to find something in the article. I saw.
Nah, there was audio of her, and it clearly said she was the one that was hitting him. She said it herself, and that he didn't hit her, and that he was just trying to get out of the room, and she was yelling at him, getting all crazy, and he just wanted to leave or go in the bathroom and shut the door and lock it. He just wanted to leave, and she was getting mad that he wasn't going to stay there and argue with her. And I'm like, I'm not going to stay there and argue. I'm leaving. You know, I'll come back, but I'm leaving the house. You do what you want. And then they got a video of her cheating too, so they caught her. But anyway, yeah, I mean,
That's pretty. From what I heard, man, that's pretty regular shit, man.
yeah, yeah.
Regular, really. Yeah, nothing
Well,
new there. I just
having
haven't.
gangbangs, having gangbangs with Elon Musk while they're still married.
Oh well,
Oh man,
you know.
yeah, she's a special kind of girl.
There's a reason why. There's a reason why Elon Musk wears a bulletproof vest everywhere he go.
You better wear a steel belted radio.
You know, everywhere he go, he got on a vest. I see. Every time he on camera, you can
Hmm.
see the vest. You can see it. You know this.
Right,
You can see it. Yeah.
right,
Oh, he got on a
right.
vest every time. Damn. Shit. But you
Um,
know, we're in North America. You know how it is, man. It's wild, wild west, man, up here.
yeah, but I I'm trying to see the positives in it before anything else happens. I'm
Well,
searching for it.
I,
This
I
this
think
trial.
that I think the positives for been for me is it kind of stretches your mind and forces you to think outside the box sometimes. I think
Okay.
that's the only positive for me personally, you know,
Mm,
because I think I've said this many times. If I was still at home,
hmm.
yeah, I would have been at home. I wouldn't have traveled anywhere. I wouldn't never went in the Navy. I'd have been just
Right,
at home working
right.
regular job.
Nine to
Now maybe
five.
I would have went out of town every once in a while.
Hmm.
Maybe I would have went to North Carolina, Florida. That's probably about it. I wouldn't have went to maybe New York. I got cousins
Right.
up there, but I would have never got on a plane and went to I don't know
Wherever.
L.A. No,
Japan.
yeah,
Japan
Japan.
for you.
Yeah, I never would have done none of that shit. So I think the more you get, the more most people get exposed. They want to see more and do more, and
Right.
most of the time. So
But, but I'm more an introvert. I know it doesn't seem like it sometimes, but I'm more of an introvert, and I'm also what is it? I'm a collectivist type of thinker, so that's it fights against Western ideology. You wind up looking weak over here, but I go somewhere else that doesn't look weak. It looks like you're being strong and doing what needs to be done to get the community or get people together, and
yeah,
it just doesn't work over here. If I'm not getting angry and acting like I'm only for myself, then I'm an outsider or I'm weak, here. So I'm like, nah, I can't do that. I really can't do that.
well, I think if a lot of time it depends on who you're around, man, because it
That is
really,
true.
you know, it depends on if you live in a big city like New York, L.A., Atlanta.
I don't. I don't
Them,
think
them,
Baltimore's one.
Baltimore is not as big as Atlanta and New
No,
York. Yeah,
no,
but
no.
them, this just the city environment.
Hmm.
That shit runs people crazy.
It does. It does. But then again, I live in the suburbs now, which used to be rural. It
Yeah.
just crept up here.
Okay.
But no, I, 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 I I just can't see it. It just doesn't. It doesn't work for me. It really doesn't work
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. It's like I said, I'm not a fan of big cities.
Mm, yeah.
I'd rather stay. Well, I'm in suburbs now. I'd rather stay in the suburbs. I'll go to the city if I want to, whatever, but or need to, but I'm not really
Eventually,
big.
it'll catch up with you.
Well, no, not now.
Why
I'm
not?
done with that shit.
No,
I
no,
live.
no. I mean, people start building up cities around you. This place used to not have anything here. It just used to be all
Oh yeah.
trees
Well,
and
yeah,
woods.
yeah, yeah. There's some cities, there's some towns that happens. Yeah, you're right about that.
We
Yeah.
got three shopping centers, a super mall, a movie theater with that's super fancy. I mean, restaurants out the wazoo. You know, it's changed up here.
Yeah.
Just in my area. So that woods is gone. They tried to get rid of it all the way. There's still some of it left. They tried to take it, and we fought the power and won.
Yeah, they tried to do that with Myrtle Beach like 20 years ago. They
Right.
wanted to build I think Trump or Bank of America came in and said they wanted to build a skyscraper, and the
Hmm.
city was like, hell no.
They've been trying to get that property for years.
They said, hell no, we don't want no skyscrapers. See, that breeds what they said, the city that breeds masses of people and criminals.
Right, right. I believe it. But they always trying to take our communities for some weird reason.
But no, this wasn't even no, this they was gonna build this shit like
Yeah,
downtown
right.
Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
You know, it was like hell no.
It- but here in Baltimore, they always trying to take African
We
American
talking about
communities.
a
It ain't even just
gentrification.
gentrification.
It ain't just
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's more like bullying. Like they tried to put this, they tried to say it was going to be a low cost rental apartments area, but we knew it was going to be for college kids. So that's really what they were trying to do. So then
Yeah.
we're going to have all this noise up here, all this problems, you know,
Well,
because we already have low cost living near here. It's across the way. If you're going to fix up something, tear that down and put in a new place, but don't do this. So yeah, I mean, just basically they're trying to they already got our houses too low in price. Like say for instance, our houses are listed as 250,000, but just across the street in white neighborhoods it's 400 to $500,000.
well, they do that on purpose.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do that
Yeah.
on purpose. Because
And I'm like, and I hope they're watching too. Come on.
yeah, they do that on purpose. So they can come in. So the white people can come in, and the private investors can come in and buy the shit for dirt cheap or less
Right.
than it was, and
Right.
then they'll revamp everything,
Hmm.
and everything goes back up. The taxes and everything goes back up.
Right. Right. Right.
Because you can tell, and like you might see the guy, what they call that guy that ride around in the truck, and it basically the zoning guy. You might
Right.
see
Right.
him riding around from time to
Right.
time.
And
Yeah,
change your property. Well,
yeah.
we're historic in my neighborhood. I can't tell you where, because they already got enough problems with dealing with us. But I, I I mentioned why they wanted to do what they were doing here, and all of a sudden they got nervous looking at me. I was like, I know you're trying to do this. I
Yeah,
said, you trying to?
they're doing
Oh
it.
no,
Most major cities.
no. Let me break it down to you. Uber Air is about to start. They've been testing it down in Texas and Australia. If that stuff happens, especially up in here, the DC metropolitan area, and people go from all the way from Bel Air to DC on every damn
Uber,
day.
Uber
S-
Air.
Yeah, it's basically it looks like drones, but you're basically flying uh um basically like it looks kind of like drones, but and it's in partnership with NASA and
Okay.
the French government as well and our government. And you can just fly like 100 or 200 miles on that and get to where you're going, where normally you would have to drive in heavy traffic for hours.
So
Like
it's
I
a
was driving
plane.
for it's a helicopter basically.
Oh,
It's
helicopter.
basically a helicopter.
Okay.
Um, uh, and you would fly for like, say for instance, from Bel Air to downtown Baltimore. From here is 14 miles. From up there, it might be like 30 to 45 miles. Well, they fly down there and might be able to catch the train and in what do you call it over at Penn Station here, or you could take that and fly down to the airport and then take a train or the airplane from there,
Okay.
going in and out. Well, to build that, you would need um, space to put it in, and our neighborhood has good space, and you want to have all sorts of different surfaces in it. So I thought about it, and this is how I figure things out. I'm real quick with it. And I said, I see what you're trying to do. There's several businesses, technological and mechanical businesses here. I can't name it, but they would help out their business. It would benefit them to build like a big garage. If you look on their webpage, how it's supposed to look, to build a big garage like that, and they would have a repair section, a repair bay for different things, for different vehicles they have, flying vehicles and stuff like that. You could also put 911 vehicles in there to get repaired and to store, because right now they're storing 911 vehicles at our local library. So that's weird too. You could put it inside these facilities and get them repaired when need be. And the size of it could be the same, high ceilings so they could bring in fire trucks and stuff like that. And then I was like, and then they could build, what's his name beside it, like houses or what's his name, condos near here. And they basically trying to get our houses for 150,000. I'm like, get out of here. Get out of here. That this is not worth, it's not cheap. It's not that cheap. I mean, even the area is already clear for having a helicopter because there's a helipad right over there and there's a helipad on top of this building over here. I've seen them land both times. So you have to have the area get clearance. It's already cleared. All they need to do is build the building. They
So
and
this would be like a local thing.
Well, the building would be local, but flying from there, you would, like, say for instance, you fly from, let's say, it wouldn't be a big station like this. Like say for instance, in Bel Air, they would probably have it on the ground, like a ground station and whatnot. They wouldn't have a big facility, 911 place and everything. But here, this is next to a mall, next to a whole bunch of different stuff, near buses. You can move around real fast. When you get here or get in your car and drive to all these places, you don't have to fly out to these. There's places in between that you can drive to, and the traffic would be less from here rather than have all those people from Bel Air and above staying here.
You said Bel Air. You talking about California?
No,
Uh,
no, no, no. This is in Maryland. This is
oh,
in Maryland.
oh, you talking about local
Well,
flying.
yeah, 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 yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Yeah,
I apologize.
yeah.
But yeah. Then you would do hops like down to in Baltimore, like at Penn Station. There's different areas that you could do that in, and you could land two vehicles there, but it wouldn't have repair areas. And then you could have a hop from there and go to the airport, which is like 30 miles from that. And there, it's an airport. You can have repair stuff there, you know, and there's already services there. You just pay for extra service there or build your own thing and offer service to other people's small craft or other things. I mean, I'm peeping what their game is, but they're trying to be sly with it and get our property all cheap. I'm like, nah, man. You can just give that up now. I'm not doing it.
That that would affect the Uber, the regular Ubers, cars.
Uh, well, yes and no, because think about this. Really, they don't care about them anyway. But especially since they're losing people because people aren't driving them anymore. I mean, they would own I asked how they would do it. I actually called them and they couldn't answer my question. I said, do people own their air vehicle or would you have it and they had to be employed? Because I was like, if I did it, I would buy my own vehicle and do it. And they couldn't answer that question. I was like,
I
come
don't
on.
know.
And still, really, you can have people pick you up in Uber from here. You might you be a commuter and pay for the commuter flight, and you can also get discounts or whatnot to get a ride from Uber, so you don't have to drive your vehicle to this garage. You could get an Uber or get an Uber with a bunch of people and ride back home to some other local areas that's near here. So they didn't lose anything. They wouldn't lose anything. And I mean, there's just so many ways to make money off of this. Like, say, for instance, they went to a totally electric car. You could drive your car here as a regular Uber driver or get a ride up to here and pick up one of their cars if it was electric and like rent it for a day and then drive out there and make money for Uber as well as, paying them back for using their vehicle, get a fleet of that. Um, but like I said, there's so many ways to make money off it. It'd probably take them 200 million to $500 million to build. But over 5 years, due to contracts with the state, with the Baltimore County, that's about I'd say about 10 million. The Uber Air would be somewhere around 20 to 30 million a year, possibly. And then what else is it? And for that's just for storage and repair. And then I think what was it that I came up with? Basically, it's 100 million a year. In 5 years, they would get their money back. In 10, they're in the green. You want my property for what? 125,000? Kiss my ass. And that's really what they were trying to build that place up there. It didn't matter who was going in that building. All they really wanted to drop our property value because nobody who's going to go up there is going to act right. That's number one. And number two, our streets aren't wide enough to put stuff up here, but they were going to have people come down our street and try to get in that facility. And I'm like, so basically you're going to cause traffic. You don't really fix our street. So it's going to be even worse. So basically you're looking for ways to get our property even cheaper or to make ways for us to get out of here, cause crime here. And I'm like, they don't seem to understand. My family doesn't play. We'll beat your ass and you can go on your way. You know, that's what we're known for. You're not going to be in our neighborhoods causing problems. But still, I don't want to go to jail for your stupidness, you know, or you playing political games trying to get us kicked out of our neighborhood. I mean, it's just not, it's just not, it's just not cool to be doing, you know.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of opportunities out here, and they've been trying to do everything. Let me give you an example. When they had them so-called Baltimore riots, most of that stuff is gentrified now, and they gave money to repair those schools down there. So now the people that you were trying to help don't live there anymore. People gentrified. Now they got a brand new school with all those nice stuff, and you get to take video with kids at the school. They don't even look like or are the same people that were in that community at that time or right before. Because people were buying property out there before and trying to get stuff going. Most of those people are out in Harford County, which is next to Bel Air. Well, basically, it is Bel Air. So basically, they moved them out of the city. And now any funding that's being given to Baltimore City, they're uh, they're giving it to new people that are being moved there. you know. So they moving people from the county are moving to the city, and people in the city are moving to the county.
Yep. Yep.
So, and I feel real bad about it because I saw it coming, especially thinking about that Michael Brown case where people he was living in a county area and they had a city area. And I think that's dangerous for people like that to be living out there because they could do anything out there. And I mean anything. And I just don't want anything to happen with our people out there. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. Something's going to happen. So that's all. I'm sorry for holding you up.
Well, man, some things don't change. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Yeah, man. Thanks coming on, man. It's like almost been on this
Yeah.
2 hours. Oh, it's 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
So hold it down, man.
I will. You have a good one. Bye.
Peace. So there you have it, man. Like, share this episode, smash the like button. Don't forget check out the Love Can't Wait podcast and check out the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? I just uploaded a new audio over there a couple days ago. And I'm gonna upload something new this week. So hey, stay tuned. You know. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.